Wednesday night, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Thursday, east winds 10 to 20 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Friday night, east winds less than 10 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Atlantic waters from 19 north to 22 north between 55 west and 65 west. Overnight, east winds less than 10 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet. Monday, southeast winds 10 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet. Monday night, east winds 10 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet. Tuesday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Day night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. Wednesday, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Wednesday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 6 feet. Thursday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 6 feet. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 6 feet. Friday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to less than 10 knots after midnight. Seas 4 to 6 feet. POC Command Duty Officers /SLT W8CEN Norfolk, Virginia LOC Norfolk, Virginia /TEL 7572-444-7583 email USN Norfolk SLE W8CEN NOR FOLKVA MBX CDO at US Navy //RM KSF VNT32 KNHC200245OFF N21 Marine Weather HF Voice Broadcast National Weather Service National Hurricane Center Miami Florida 10:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Sunday, May 19, 2024. Marine Weather HF Voice broadcast for the Gulf of Mexico. Seas given a significant wave height, which is the average height of the highest one-third of the waves. Individual waves may be more than twice the significant wave height. Synopsis for the Gulf of Mexico. Synopsis. A cold front extends across the northern Florida peninsula. Ahead of IT, scattered moderate convection and gusty moderate winds are noted south of 26 north and east of 88 west. This activity is supported by a mid to upper level trough that extends from the southeastern United States coast southwestward to the south central Gulf. This weather will continue to shift east to southeast across the eastern Gulf, reaching the vicinity of the Florida-Dixie Monday night and the Straits of Florida Tuesday. Gusty winds along with rough seas will prevail near the convection. Moderate to fresh southeast winds prevail elsewhere, with slight seas. Hazy conditions due to agricultural fires in Mexico continue across most of the western Gulf and Bay of Campeche. Gulf of Mexico. North of 26 north, west of 87 west. Overnight. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Monday. Southeast winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Monday night, east winds less than 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 knots after midnight. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Tuesday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Tuesday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Wednesday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Wednesday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Of 87 west, overnight, east winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Monday, southeast winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Monday night, east winds less than 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 knots after midnight. Seas 3 feet. Tuesday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Tuesday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Wednesday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Wednesday night, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday night, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Southwest Gulf of Mexico. South of 22 north, west of 87 west. Overnight, northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, shifting to east after midnight. Seas 3 feet. Monday, southeast winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less. Monday night, northeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 feet or less, building to 3 feet after midnight. Tuesday, southeast winds less than 10 knots, within 60 nautical miles of coast of Veracruz, and southeast 10 to 15 knots elsewhere. Seas 3 feet. Tuesday night, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Wednesday, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Wednesday night, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Thursday night, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Friday night, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Gulf of Mexico, east of 87 west. Overnight, northwest winds less than 10 knots, becoming variable winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Monday, variable winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 feet in the morning, subsiding to 2 feet or less. Monday night, Northeast winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less. Tuesday. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less. Tuesday night. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas 2 feet or less, building to 3 feet after midnight. Wednesday. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 feet. Wednesday night. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 feet. Thursday. Southeast winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 feet. Thursday night. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas. Southeast winds less than 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Friday night. Southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to less than 10 knots after midnight. Seas 3 to 4 feet. DOC Command Duty Officers /FLC WHCEN Norfolk, Virginia LOC Norfolk, Virginia /TEL 7572-444-7583 /email USN Norfolk SLEWHCEN NOR SOLKVA CDO at US Navy. /RM KSAB ND20 KNHC 19230 AT Tropical Weather Outlook National Weather Service National Hurricane Center Miami, Florida 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time Sunday, May 19, 2024 for the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. Tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 7 days. Forecaster Hagan Blake // This is United States Coast Guard Communications Command out